So I am Chef Dave, the neighborhood chef dealer, the hottest chef in the world. I am at the table with some great people tonight. I am here with Baudet.
The body.
I am here with the lovely Mother Asia.
Mother! On the internet.
Well, since we're on the topic,
No, we're not on the topic.
We are. Shout out to Asia, man. She
Got
dropped and let
to.
it be known. Hold on, let's take a moment to congratulate her on the baby bump. She let it be known this week.
yes, broke the internet.
If you've been watching, you probably already seen it.
We are also here with the lovely and the spicy dope blondie, Kiera. And you guys haven't seen my boy yet, but you know, we got the one and only Coach T in the building.
What's happening, man?
About time.
Not never on time.
Not never on time.
But
Not never
always
seen
right
But
on
always on
time.
time.
You know what I'm
Before
saying?
we dive deep into this discussion, how y'all feeling today, everybody? All right? How was y'all week?
Feeling great. I got a good nap in. I was tired on the way, but I've kind of woken up since.
Anything interesting? How was y'all homecoming? Wait, wasn't that last week?
That was it.
Yeah, we didn't get to discuss that. How was G-Ho for everybody? Was that lit?
Geo was great, although I didn't attend. I was living through everybody's.
You didn't do
stories.
anything at all?
I went out Friday, but like I just went to get food. And
Wow, you're
drop
a
by the
mom.
Please.
The Sheraton.
I went to the Sheraton, but I was just there for like a few, and it was a too much going on for
Right.
us. I had to really dip out of there.
Yeah.
Geo was lit.
You enjoyed
It
it?
always is,
I
yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
Kira
What about
looked
you?
lit.
I was
Kira looked like she
at
was
that
living her best
bonfire,
life.
baby.
You went to the
You was
bonfire?
living your life from like
What?
Thursday
Nah, facts, you
through
really was
Sunday.
outside.
Yeah, I was out.
I love
The
that.
bonfire, that was my second year going.
I definitely feel like 2025 is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm back
Listen,
outside this
If
year.
whatever you do, like if you had to go to one G-Ho event, make it the bonfire.
Yeah, I'm
It's
going next year.
literally
Yeah.
the best.
2025 is gonna be good, but 2026 is gonna be great because it's the 100-year anniversary.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
You heard that?
I ain't waiting
Heard
until
that.
2026. I'm back outside.
No, we're
next
still
year.
we're definitely outside
The
2025.
concert looked lit too.
Yeah, the concert was a
Yes.
good time. I ain't gonna
But
lie.
if you gotta pick
Oh, you
between the
did go to
concert and the bonfire, go to the bonfire.
I was about to say because they're the same time.
Yes, you have to choose.
They're the same time.
But
Really?
some people don't have
Saturday
to choose
night.
because it's 30 and up. So
It is 30 and up.
The
Make sure
kids
that
go to
you
the concert.
Youngins.
it's 20 and below.
I did. I was rolling with a 29-year-old. She got in there. Honestly,
If you're like 29 plus, you can make
way
it.
to like finesse the bonfire,
We're
but I'm
not
not gonna do it.
doing
And it's open bar. Tickets do be $100, but it's
No, they start cheaper.
oh yeah, they
You
do
just
start
have to get
The
that
bonfire
first batch
was open bar.
every year,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's worth it.
Okay, say no more.
Yeah.
I mean, all my friends
fucking
look like
lit.
they was having a time.
All of our friends were there, and we didn't even see each other, nor was we looking, because we was in our own. Like, it's just
it'd be
it's
so much
different.
going on. It'd be a good
different.
time.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
Like I said, G-Ho 2024, it looked like it was a lituation. 2025 is gonna be pretty lit. Just make sure y'all
'Cause I'm back
continue.
outside.
Make sure y'all continue to be safe out there.
Yes.
Anybody
And we
know
had no
about shooting at Central or a gunshot?
Yeah, that was.
We're not talking about the Eagles.
It was just a gunshot though, right?
we pray that everybody
nah,
is
a couple
okay.
people got hit.
We're gonna give a round of applause because there was none of that at G-Ho this
Yeah,
year.
we're gonna definitely
Can we confirm like nothing happened for real?
Nothing happened at G-Ho this year.
what's up?
Not a
Yeah, no.
fight. I'm sure
Nobody,
it probably was some altercations, but
Nah, it
nothing
definitely, it
huge.
definitely was a fight. I saw that online.
Yeah,
fine.
nobody
We'll
was
take
killed
that.
though.
But nothing like that's just when black
That's
people
good.
get together, right?
Shout
Family do
shout
that.
out to the Aggies
And this was the,
for keeping it safe.
the most they've had at G-Ho ever.
Like attendance.
Attendance wise.
Can you
It
not?
didn't
tell?
give that, but
It
No,
gave
no.
that.
No, it definitely gave that. Maybe because you were in it.
Yeah,
but it
probably.
Trust
So
me.
on the outside, like when you look at people's stories, and there's 1,000 millions of people in
that's
the
every
game.
year.
Right,
but,
no,
like, it
in
was-
the game, and then there's people tailgating, then there's people at the plot, but it's like hundreds
They were
of thousands of people, and
all
that's
there at
just
the
on
same time.
campus. You got to realize in Greensboro, people are still celebrating other places.
I
Like, it's
will
crazy.
say I've been to the games where they've been more packed than this one.
You think
But, yeah.
Oh.
Cause I've been to the games where like even the track be packed, but they've buckled down. They like do not let you on the track. You know, we used to go down there, film the band.
Yeah.
They don't play none of that no more. Like if you wasn't a former football player or somebody that still worked with a team, you're not
Or the
getting on the
band.
track.
That does kind
Yeah. It used to be
Cheerleaders.
on the track. Yeah, and then some of the
All right, we can't stay here. We can't stay here. I'm glad y'all had a good G.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did. It was a blast.
So our topic for this week is materialism versus genuine connection. The first question that we have: has dating and relationships become transactional? And Romantic and friendships, have they always been this way? Who would like to jump in there first?
We should let our newbie jump in.
Repeat the
They
question.
get on
one
their
more time.
phone and tune in.
I'm logged in.
When teachers
Has dating and relationships become transactional? And romantic and friendships, have they always been this way?
Has dating become transactional? I think that like dating or like just relationships in their core are kind of like not necessarily transactional, but they're supposed to be like
Give and take.
mutually reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? Like not even necessarily like beneficial per se, but like fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? Like so. With that being said, it's like there is some level of transaction. I feel like in all relationships, like, but it don't gotta be so direct though. And I feel like nowadays, like in like
What do you mean direct?
like in business, like when you get a service or a product, you directly like usually are compensated or you compensate for it. You know what I'm saying? But like in relationships, I be feeling like it's supposed to be a little like less rigid.
If you didn't do this, then I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like you're supposed to be with somebody that fulfills you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Doing it because they genuinely want to and not like,
yeah, you're supposed to
just
do the shit
looking
you
for
want to
it.
do,
Yeah.
and then it's like that's supposed to like appeal to whoever you fucking with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is what I feel like. It ain't supposed to be like in order to get this. I mean, not to say it ain't supposed to be like because it can be like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that's different from relations. That's business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to an extent.
I think it is just because of the age of comparison and social media. You have people basing their like relationship goals off of what they see others doing on social media. Oh, he brought this, she did that. Well, you need to do this. If you're not coming like that, then da 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 da. And it's like you could possibly pass up a good person expecting them to do certain things before a certain time because maybe they will be that person eventually, but maybe they want to see, if the reciprocity in the situation, they want to see if they really vibe with you, if they're a person you want to do that for. But I feel like they have always been that way, whether it's been that direct or not, but
You feel like relationships have always been transactional.
in a way. And then that doesn't necessarily mean a bad way, but
Right.
but now I think it is
So,
lingering towards more negative.
Not to cut you off, but what you saying that you feel like it's always been that way. Do you feel like being transactional in a relationship is beneficial?
I think it goes back to what T was saying, just making sure things are reciprocated. I think he was kind of bordering on saying like it shouldn't be so blunt, like, well, you didn't do this, so why should I do that? That's where it gets blunt, like tit for tat.
Right.
Where if you're in a relationship where things are just naturally reciprocated, it may not come now, but I did this, I know you're going to do that, like, then that's fine. That's beneficial because you give, I give, we.
I agree. But I also feel like a lot of time, like, of course, men expect things too, but I think just naturally women expect men to do things.
Somebody said that to me earlier.
So would you consider women to just be naturally like transactional? Like not in
want
the
me to
bad,
go?
not in a bad way. You can
I
jump
can say
in.
something real quick.
Go ahead. I want Asia to answer, and I mean I didn't get to answer either, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, go ahead, y'all. You right. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You want to
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I do think that a lot of things can be transactional, but I also think that that is also with a lot of internet stuff because, like in real life, like a lot of women will talk.
Go ahead.
Dave, leave me the hell alone. A lot of people will talk up like, if he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that, he ain't getting this, he ain't getting that. But in reality, like a lot of girls or a lot of women definitely like pass on like, or they'll give grace to like, okay, I didn't get A, B, C, and D, but he still can get a meal. Or even when it comes to sex, like women like he not getting nothing from me if I don't get A, B, C, and D. But that's not true because plenty of women let niggas hit on the first time or first date and ain't nothing happen. But like,
Is that a good?
but it's
Or,
not.
it's a good or service.
It's-
Service.
But I say like it's one of those things where it's like
But y'all
I think-
making it sound like women be the transactional ones.
No,
No.
Well,
We're
but
not
that's what
saying
it
we're
is,
not
like-
saying that women be the transactional ones. I'm just saying though, like in a lot of situations, majority of the time, even you, like you expect a man to do something for you eventually, like not right off the bat, but at the same time, like when you think about your husband, you expect your husband to make sure that you're good in all aspects.
So in a relationship, are we not, like you said earlier, kind of like give and take? Like in a relationship, you actually are like giving of self, compromising in this category, giving things like that's, I think with any relationship, honestly, besides like romantic, but yeah, so I think like we confuse transactional in the meaning of what we look at as transactional. So like a transaction, like are we giving a good or service for money? Or are we just saying like I need you to pay my bills? Like I
That'd
guess
be
I want more.
transactional, but relationship, I think.
But like that's like you pay my bills for
Yeah.
sex, or
Well,
you pay
not-
my bills because we are creating a union, a covenant of like and now
I
we're
think-
grown. Like it's like so. What are we? I guess I want to be more definitive.
Yeah, I think it goes when your relationship passes a certain place. Like if you're now in a relationship and you're no longer dating, then I think transactional is no longer the word. Like Bode
Right.
said, you're doing for your partner, you're building something. So we're both contributing to the same goal.
Right.
If we're dating or you talking to somebody or you entertaining somebody, I think those are situations where things become more transactional.
Thank you,
because people
Kiera.
are trying
That's
to,
where it is. That's what I think I was like, because the question was in a relationship, and I think relationships are transactional, but that's
Should
a
be,
good thing.
yeah.
Like I use the saying a lot, like it's okay to be used, but not misused. So I feel like in conversations that we're having in these days and age, it's the dating era where people are expecting a Chanel bag or whatever, and I don't know you, or like
Right.
you're expecting me to pay, for your car note, and I just went on one date with you, or like these things that we see on social media, right? But in real life, I don't think dating is transactional as much as it comes off in social media. I think people are trying to keep up with
that part.
the Joneses, like the celebs and people we see in real life. Like some people are trying to do that, but I don't think like in real life they're transactional. But relationships, I think they're supposed to be.
That's like what Asia said. It's a difference. Like social media does influence reality because, like I said, a lot of people look up to what they see on social media. But the reality of the situation is people definitely settle for non-transactional relationships.
So to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, because one of the questions that we have is the social media effect. Are we more focused on relationship goals than actual healthy relationships? So how do we
Probably.
feel like, kind of based off a lot of the things y'all were saying, like how does social media affect the relationships now, and are we more focused on relationship goals than a healthy relationship?
Yeah, I mean, being in a relationship on the outside looking at other people, like single people, I do think that they have this like fantasy of a relationship and like the goals because of pictures. Even like I even use myself as an example. Like obviously I post a lot of pictures with my significant other, my family and stuff like that. And I do think we have a pretty stable but it's not all of the pictures and all of the good times and the smiles and stuff like that. Like just being completely honest and transparent. Like work goes into that.
Right.
And I don't think people be wanting to put in the work to get those times and those moments and whatever. Yeah, to me on the outside looking in of the single people, I think they're a little lost.
I think if
La La Land.
I think social media has given people unrealistic expectations. I think, like you said, on social media, a lot of people act like if my man ain't coming like this, if my man ain't coming like that, like, bro, we can go out to eat and you'll be good. Like, and not that there's nothing wrong with going out to eat, but on social media, she act like if you don't take her to STK, then you can't get her out. Like, no, I seen you at Red Lobster last week. Like,
I think if you are one to look up and actually base your real life situations on what you see on social media, then I'm not even talking about you. But for me, I'll definitely admire a picture. Be like, oh, that's cute. Like, da-da-da-da. I want to do that. I want to take a picture like that, whatever. But will I look at somebody I don't know or even know and be like, I want my relationship like that? No. Most of my friends and people are in relationships. And that's, to me, more of a picture of reality of what I could say I want my shit to be like. Because they've been through ups and downs. They made it. They did this. They did that. And it's, like, transcended time. And I know these people. Versus two
Jada
people
And the baby.
out to eat with
little-
100
little baby.
roses in a decorated hotel room who probably, like, I don't know shit about your relationship, and he could have did that for 3 other girls. Like, you just never know. Like, I just would never
Future
base
does do
my-
that for 3 other
He
girls
does.
on Valentine's Day.
I just would never. But there are seriously girls who, if you're not getting me a decorated room for Valentine's Day, then I don't even want it, because they look up to social media and it's like, damn, you don't know what he could have got you. And he's built, like, maybe he couldn't get you a decorated room, but 2 years from now,
I feel
he
like
will.
part of that
Maybe
is
he
also
could do
in
that.
self-love. Like, you don't love yourself enough, so that's why you search for it in other ways.
I don't think it's purely that. I could definitely see
Not
that.
solely, but I feel
Yeah.
like it plays a part for sure.
Yeah, I just think some people are literally, I hate to say it, but that basic.
Materialistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, basic and materialistic.
I have
Or
a
they never
question
had a-
on the live. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead and finish your thought.
I was about to say, well, they never had a true example of what like a healthy
Real
relationship
love.
would be. So they look to what they think looks healthy or what they think they want.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Miss Alanius said, should social media be discussed in a relationship?
Tell Lainey to call in.
We're going to answer and give our opinion, but we would love
the
for you
number
to call
pinned?
in. The number is pinned.
Her question was, should social media be talked about in relationships?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I
think there's
mean-
some good
we
hot
live in
topics.
2024.
We create some of our hot topics off of
kinda has
social
to.
media. and
I think it
creates good
depends on
conversation.
to what degree she's talking about. Like, when
I mean, I don't know many people that don't have social media. I think it plays such a presence in our lives, that it should be. This kind of like one of the things you got to discuss now. Like, how do you want your significant other to, I guess, behave, or how do they use social media? And yeah, I think you should talk
I think
about
it
that.
presents good questions. Like if we both on social media and we dating and we see that the hot topic is this whole 50-50 or just it's
We gonna get
been
into that.
healthy
Or not.
things that like if you and your person can communicate, you could see a topic on social media and be like, this going around, like what's your take on it? What's your take
yeah,
on
but
it?
I don't know if she mean, because I feel like that's just simple conversation.
I think
Well, I
okay,
really-
miscellaneous. You
Yeah,
have to call in,
girl, so
You
we
got to
could
call
Yeah,
in.
like,
you can
'cause
elaborate on your
when you
question.
say should social media be talked about, it could be like, but they said like how you're performing or acting on social media, the kind of pictures you post. Am I
Okay.
tripping? Am I stalking your DM?
Like, should
And,
that
like,
be discussed in your
Yeah, that's what I'm
relationship?
saying. Like, I don't.
That's how you
I'm-
took the question.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
'cause-
if you want to take the question that way, do you think it should be in that? Do you think you should basically be policing your
No,
your
not at
others'
all. Not at all.
social
You'll be
media?
ready to fight.
You had to go that strong. Policing is crazy.
I mean,
Because
that's what
some
he
people be
said.
on that.
I mean,
Like comment if your girl you feel like your girl shouldn't post this. That's policing they Instagram.
Or like, who this nigga comment on your picture?
And I know
Who,
couples who do it. They check
Ah.
that follower count and
What
you
you about to
see your
say?
follower count go
I
up.
think
Like, who that?
I feel like shit. To a certain extent, I feel like social media kind of like. Of course, obviously, it's not a real place or a real thing, but at the same time, like
miscellaneous. I got you.
the shit we do is a representation of like
Who we
of
are.
something. Like not in who you are, because like that's complex as hell. But like it represents something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think necessarily one should like police nobody, nothing, because like we adults. But at the same time,
Be
I feel like
respectful.
if you dealing with somebody, and I feel like, I mean, yeah, try to be respectful too, but I feel like more so like if you dealing with somebody and somebody has a question, concern, comment about something that you're doing on social media, like if you respect them enough to like be dealing with them, you should respect them enough to at least like
Acknowledge it.
I agree with that.
acknowledge it. Not to say that, like I said, somebody should be checking you about what you're doing, but it's like how you said, you just gave an example, like who is this nigga commenting on your picture? And it's like if you dealing with somebody on that level, you know what I'm saying, like, and you really genuinely curious about like who is this nigga, like
Right.
commenting on
That's
your
what I
picture.
was about to say.
Like
I feel like I'm in a space where it's like I don't like assuming nothing, so I genuinely act. So I feel like you said, if you dealing with somebody, y'all have a mutual respect for each other. There's nothing wrong with you asking a question. Now, if you always asking, then it's like, all right, bro, relax. But like if you have a question, like yo, that picture you posted, like you got your cheeks out, what you on, like just something like.
So would a question be like, so what was the point of like, because people can ask any question, like, so what's the point of posting that? Like, why'd you post that?
yeah, because it be for attention,
Sometimes,
obviously.
like if we talking about something at the crib and then you go on social media, it's just like was that needed? Because
Now, was that needed has a
Needed
little
is
intention
different,
of something
yeah.
else on it. Was that needed?
Right, because needed. A lot of our posts aren't needed.
Social
Right,
media
because
ain't
what
needed.
that says to
Right.
me is like, was that needed? I don't like. Is distasteful to me or whatever? So like, was that?
I mean,
needed?
but that's where further
Like,
conversation comes in, so that you can, you know.
needed,
I
maybe
think
not,
it's
but I want
important
it
to
be
kind of
labeled.
like regulate your emotions too with others,
Facts.
because it's like you could come at somebody the wrong way trying to ask the right question. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like talking
all
about
about how
like
you
you can
ask.
say was that needed, and that's
Let me
not even
pause
really
on
what
that.
you trying to say. Like you more so trying to express how you felt about it, and like
Okay, maybe I said that
See
wrong.
if they go
Was that
play.
needed could be wrong, but you can go to them like, what was the purpose behind posting that post that you posted?
Right.
Like, something like that.
But
yeah,
really,
like you
when
thought
it
that was
comes-
appropriate.
let me reset the room really quickly because we got questions on the live and we do have a call in. I do want to say, y'all, that we will be posting this on our YouTube. So y'all definitely need to just subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? So if you do want to call in, hop off the live and call in, y'all can. You will be able to watch it back on YouTube. That's one. And Miss Lenny's had another question. But basically what we're talking about right now is relationships, per usual. But what was the question?
Being
Is it
materialistic
transactional?
and genuine.
Yeah. And then we
And-
kind of pivoted into like social media and how that plays a role. So, y'all want to tie that up and then ask this next question, or how y'all want to do that?
Asia, you had a point that you wanted to
Yeah,
make.
I was just gonna make one comment, like based off of her comment about social media, because I think one thing.
What's the comment you're referring to?
I was just about to get it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. But you know how you may go public with your relationship on social media, on your page. And maybe that would be a conversation to have with your significant other, because if you go public on your page, you're expecting them to go public on their page, or hoping that they go public on their page. And if they don't, then does that spark up another conversation, or is that a conversation you should have before you even post? Because then it might hurt your feelings that that person may not post you on social media, or like it's a whole little thing. So I think that's also something that either could be talked about before social media, or how does social media play a part in relationships, because somebody might not even know that you're in a relationship unless you do post them. And then on top of that, like, and I guess I could say like a lot of girls do post their man or woman before the other person or the other partner. And is that like on purpose, or is that a conversation where sometimes they don't care, or like how do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, so she did ask that. She said, if y'all aren't public, should what they post matter?
Yeah, because you.
I mean,
whether
it's
you
easy to
public or
say
not, you in
no,
a
but you have
relationship.
to, in real life, deal with that relationship.
Right. So you still want to respect
it matters
your
a little.
relationship, whether people
Y'all
know
not
you in it
public,
or
but she
not.
posting twerk videos every day. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's a girl that I follow on Instagram, and I saw that she had a man. I feel like she always be posting thirst traps, and I'd be like, dang, like me personally, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Right?
But like I said, she does it often. To me, I would just want. I'm like, dang, I wonder how her man be feeling, because
Right.
they was on the trip. Like that's how I found out that she had a man. That I saw that they was on the trip. But like I
So
said,
she wasn't hiding her man then.
Nah, she showed them, but it's just
Okay.
like she still be posting a lot of thirst traps. Like,
Was that her
trying to show
man
this.
though, or
not
they
care.
was just on a trip?
Say that again.
So was that her man though, or was they just on a trip?
I mean, I feel like you're right. Ain't no telling these days. I feel like it was her man.
Yeah,
So
you
does she
don't really
post him
know,
on the
like-
regular, or this was just a story? We need the details.
Or you put two
Unless she say the words,
You saw both
my
of them.
man. If she don't say my man, that might ain't her
man,
man.
But some men don't care. Some men really don't care.
No, that's
Right,
true.
but the question is pretty much, if y'all aren't public, should what they post matter? I do think it's gonna matter, and especially, I mean, you gotta have that conversation with every individual is different, but I still think it matters because we have to separate real life and social media, and in real life, people have real feelings. So what you post on your social media can affect them and make them feel a way. I do think it's something to be considered. Just because you don't post them doesn't mean like they don't feel a way about it. I mean, I personally feel like if you don't post me and you out and out, that's great because you're not embarrassing me.
Do you gotta even follow the person you talking to on social media? Like, is that a thing? Like, I gotta follow each other, watch each other pages, shit like that.
I mean, everybody gonna be different in that manner. So.
Yeah, because I have heard some people say where
Well, I don't
they
never
won't
follow
the
my
person.
vibes.
Yeah, I've
at
done
all.
that.
You don't. You said you won't follow you.
Like
My nigga
I
before.
very rarely follow.
did
Like
in
if I mean I ain't gonna say I very rarely follow my vibes, but if I like her for real, I'm not gonna follow her page, bro.
Really?
Why is that?
That is
Because I'm not trying to even get too like into all
not trying
like
to not like
social media. Because you gotta understand, social media is a facade, bro. It's a crazy place. So it's like women might be posting shit on social media, bro, that like just because, you know what I'm saying? Like that has no representation on her actual real life, but at the same time, like we were saying, like it could affect like the perception of shit. But it's like if you don't follow her, you don't see all that
So
little petty
question.
shit. So you only experience her in real life.
Okay. And I respect that. Like that, I hear people say that sometimes. So you talking to a shorty, y'all get in a relationship, 2 years a day, and you never following her.
I'm probably
like,
gonna block her at some point.
Really?
Yeah, for my health and for hers, like, cause I'm not like the type of nigga that's super monitoring my social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she might feel some type of way about something I
Right.
post, and it's like
I ain't
I
trying to
just
deal
be
with that.
feeling like it causes so much unnecessary. Like, cause y'all could be having such a good time in real life, and then some social media shit come up and ruin the real life vibe.
Okay. Shout out to our first caller.
Hey, so we got a caller. Y'all
What's up,
pause.
what's
Don't
up?
y'all leave. Who is it? Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
Gwen.
What's your name?
This is Kay.
Hey, Kay.
Hey, Kay.
I was calling to chime in on the conversation.
Let's hear it,
Okay.
girl.
So I follow my man on everything because I'm nosy,
Yeah.
and because I support like his work. So I want to, I share his stuff, his posts, anything he posts up. But I'm also being nosy. Can't help it.
Okay, so for the live, I'm just gonna repeat what you said. I don't know if they can hear you, but she did say that she follows her man on social media because she wants to support him. Anything he posts, his business, that's her prerogative. And of course, she's being nosy because she's a girl's girl. But overall, it's good intentions. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
So quick question, Kay, before you exit. How often do you question your man about like stuff that he posts on social media?
It depends on what it is, really. Like, but for the most part, he only posts his work, so I don't really question him about that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I, like when we first got together, I was going down his timeline, seeing little stuff, I was questioning him
That
on
good
that.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. But for the most part, he just posts his work, so I don't really have no questions on that.
Okay.
So his work, that's the only page he got. He don't have like a work page and a personal page.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
He better
good.
not.
Yeah,
We
you
got
can
a
ask the
question
question.
from another caller. I don't know.
Before we let you go, we got one of our hosts that want to ask.
Yeah, I just want to ask a quick question. So you said like you follow him to support him in his work.
I can't hear him.
Do you follow
Let him
him
talk
to
in the mic so
support
she
him in his work?
Hold on.
Do I follow him to support him in his work?
Hold on, he gonna ask you again.
I was asking. You said that the reason you follow your man's social media is mainly like to support him and to like support his work and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the main reason why you follow him, I'm just curious why you were scrolling down his timeline.
Oh, that's when we first got together. Like, okay,
So
so
she
when
had
we
to
first
scroll the
got
scene.
together, I wasn't like really into his work lifestyle. I just wanted to like be with him. So I was going through being nosy, see what kind of man he was.
Mm-hmm.
But as time went along, I saw that, he stays true to his word. That ain't nothing I got to worry about. So now we almost 6 years in,
Come on.
I support him with his work. Everything he posts, anything he's at, I'm supporting it.
Okay, shout
So
out to
she
you.
said that she's been with this man for 6 years now, y'all. So everything he do is on the up and up. She did her due diligence in the first stages of making sure he was a man of his word. So I agree. I mean, I think every female, I can speak as a woman, like you're going to make sure that the guy that you're dealing with is behaving in the way that you would like him to, because he's a representation of you.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
like you don't want no creepy stuff to like unfold because like
No
think
creepy,
about-
no hoeing, no,
Well,
the
before we get too deep,
dishonesty.
let's tell her we appreciate her calling in.
Yeah.
Oh
for
yes,
sure,
we
Kay.
definitely
We definitely
appreciate you,
appreciate you calling in, Kay. You
Our
was
very
our first caller.
Ow.
You're
Period.
welcome. Love the content. I'll keep watching.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
girl.
Thank you.
Love that.
I know. All right, y'all. Give it up for Kay. Go ahead, Asia.
I was gonna say like okay, I don't know if this is shifting too much, so I'm gonna make it quick, but like on Love Is Blind, there was this girl. She was dating this guy, and he's really into freaky, like kinky stuff.
Talking about
Right?
the white dude.
Yes.
All right, focus. Sorry.
Right. And so like she didn't know that, of course, but she had to find out through like looking at his phone and him texting something or whatever. And I feel like that can go for social media as well, because like if you follow your man and you see some of the things, like y'all never done these things, but you're over here liking it, like you're questioning yourself, like I didn't know you were into like pegging or something, like I didn't know that was something that you were interested in, and blah blah blah. But then you find out through social media. So like I do think some things are like when you do follow somebody or whatever and seeing the stuff that they're interested in, I think some things are like proof in the pudding, stuff for you to like
Red
for you
flags.
to understand. Because if you didn't like see those things, then like that can be like a hidden situation in your relationships for a long time. And like he might not be doing those things with you, but he might have an interest in it, or he might be doing it with someone else. So it's like sometimes like that is kind of relevant just because you want to know like what your partner could be interested in.
Okay. So we have a few people in here that are on the other side of the fence. Flawless KSK. I agree with not following the page. Ax said, I'm definitely not following nobody I deal with. So can y'all explain to me, I guess until somebody is brave enough to call in and explain why you wouldn't follow your significant other on social media?
While they answering that, can we move to another question?
So while we're waiting for another, I mean we got a lot of questions on there.
Yeah.
But
I'm not.
one of
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
one of the things that we can talk about, the pressure to post perfect moments online even when things aren't going well, and how this impacts real relationships.
The relationship people need.
Social media. So I ain't gonna. So I use social media to market. You know what I'm saying? And like from that standpoint, I can say that like nothing on social media is authentic. You know what I'm saying? But like everybody on social media looks at it like these are these real people's lives, and it's like that's what creates this toxic like.
When you say nothing,
I was
like
trying to say nothing is crazy.
nothing, like as
Like
a,
everything is staged.
everything and everybody.
Oh, we got a
have
caller.
another
Hold on,
We got a
caller coming in, caller on the line.
Hello.
Hello. Hey y'all.
Hello, who is this?
This is I'm gonna stay anonymous right now until I say what I gotta say.
Cool.
Okay, that's fine, baby. Go ahead.
Okay. What's the topic again?
What? Okay, I had asked in the live, if you're paying attention in the live, I did ask, if you are a person who was like, I'm not following my significant other, or whoever I'm talking to, dating on social media, why? What is your reason not to follow them?
I don't know. I do be following my man on social media just to
Okay.
make sure other bitches ain't following my man, because why you following my man? That's my man. But when I get mad at my man, I like to do something that piss him off. I be blocking him, and we be in the same house, and I will block him.
Now, I do that too, girl. I do that too. I will block you.
Cause get off my page. Don't be on my page.
Because if we not good in real life, don't be trying to creep up on what I'm doing on the socials. I feel
But
you.
then I will unblock him. But he just sent me a friend request on Instagram, so I gotta clean on my Instagram, and then
Okay, so usually, typically, you're gonna follow your man on Instagram because, or whatever socials, because you being nosy.
Yeah, usually I'm gonna follow him because I'm already following him. 9 times out of 10, I done got caught up on Facebook, and he ended up being my man. So we always gonna start off as social media friends anyway.
Okay.
We into it.
Okay.
So what's your name?
Major keys.
Okay, Major Keys.
Nah, that's what's up. We appreciate you calling in.
We appreciate you for calling in. Is there anything else you wanted to give us before we let you go?
That's pretty much it. Y'all keep grinding, keep doing what y'all doing. I want to give a little shout out to the Girl Code podcast and y'all podcast as well. And we booming, we going up, and we about to be rich and famous.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay,
girl.
y'all.
Bye.
Oh, that was sweet.
I know that's sweet. Shout out to the
So
Girl Code.
T, did you or who? I forgot who was talking before.
Say the question again.
It was the pressure to post perfect moments online, even when things aren't going well, and how this impacts real relationships.
I think it also. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I just remember I was just saying that like everything be
Oh yeah, I was asking.
Yeah, you was about to
everybody.
comment on
Everything's not authentic. I don't know if I agree with that, but you talking like more like
I'm just saying like everything
people
is
who have a brand?
just.
Or-
I mean, at least from what I be seeing, everything on Instagram is kind of like manipulated to like look a certain type of way.
It
Yeah.
definitely is.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Like
Manipulated a
nothing
little
is
bit
like
is a little.
nothing is just like how we sitting here right now. It's like if we was to all take a picture right now, we would stand up, pose a certain type of way, make sure our clothes look a certain type of way, like
Right.
you know what I'm saying, put our best foot
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
Versus like in life, it's a lot more just.
realistic. Like and the
I get that.
like me selling plates is probably the best example of what he's saying. Like with me doing it for all these years, I would sell a plate to somebody and see them in like some sweatpants, hair tied up, and then I look at on Instagram like who I just sold the plate to. She got 20,000 followers. I'm like, oh dang, it's her. Like it really helped me look at people in like a. Like you said,
The
bro,
real
like,
them
yeah,
versus
like
the
I don't look at
Instagram
nobody
them.
no Instagram, like, cause I see so many people in like the real them, the
Everyday
real,
life.
everyday life.
But as for the like question for like a relationship, I think people put like a facade up. Well, I hate to say it.
Don't nobody want to show the bad side of a
Yeah,
relationship.
because you.
Some people do. You do have vulnerable people that put that stuff on social media, and then they get critiqued for it, and like, why
But
you
that's
posting
the
tears
problem
and
because
stuff on social?
when people do, when they are authentic and they do put the real stuff on, you can't answer, but I'm gonna finish my thought. When they do put the real stuff, then they're judged because people act like they live in glass houses,
Right.
and that they don't go through bullshit in their relationships or whatever. Like their life can be.
So always stay true.
Caller on the line. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who do we have here?
Yerp.
Hey, you have Melly.
Hey,
Nelly?
Hey, it's Melly.
Melly.
Hey, girl.
Big Melly.
What were you calling to talk about tonight?
I was just seeing what y'all on. I was like, oh, what y'all talking about? What's the topic are y'all talking about?
Okay, so our most recent question is. Oh, actually, Dave, you got it. You got the questions. What was the question?
The pressure of posting perfect moments on social media, even when things aren't going good, and how do we feel like that has affected relationships, or how does it affect relationships?
Honestly, I don't think. See, me personally, I wouldn't have my man on social media because
At all?
he can have Facebook.
Oh, so
Okay.
you saying you don't want him to have a social media?
I mean, no, he can have a social media. I don't care. He can have a social media.
She's saying she
but
wouldn't post him on her social media.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't feel like. Yeah, I feel like our social media should be for ourselves. You know. And I mean, yeah, a picture every now and then, but nah, I feel like our social media should be for ourselves.
Like
Why don't you want to post him? Are you still out here like kind of doing your thing?
No,
or?
I would post him. I mean, no, I'm single, mind you, I'm single, but you know, I got a little situation going on.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna. Nah, I just feel like once I'm married, okay, you'll get that title to be on my social media. Because other than that, nah. 'Cause
So,
these niggas like to play nowadays. So,
so since you're single, we're not dealing with the relationship social media part with you. Do you post your bad times on social media, or you post all happy, go lucky
No,
on social media?
I post my bad moments, and I feel like social media is made for the good times and the bad times. So I post everything. Like,
Do you get critiqued when you post the negative?
yeah, of course. But I feel like, I mean, regardless of whatever you do, it's always gonna be an envy
Everybody
eye,
not gonna
you
agree
know?
with everything.
Yeah. And it's always gonna be a hater somewhere. Because if you don't have no haters, you're not popping. Like,
Period.
That's
So-
for sure.
Well, thank you, Melly, for calling in.
We appreciate you
So much.
calling us tonight.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
y'all for having me.
No
Yes,
problem.
and make sure you tune in and subscribe to our YouTube VoiceIt Live podcast.
Do we have any questions on the live?
Not right now. no.
Not right now, but I will speak to. I think when you're actually living it, like that's a part of being authentic. I think when you're living in a relationship and y'all are actually doing relationships and y'all are both faithful and y'all are both like that's y'all priority and stuff, it's easier to post your good times, bad times, or not as good times, but whatever, because it's just that's like the reality of what y'all living in. I think in dating, I could understand why they don't want to post or not significant other, but the person that they're dating or maybe just got into a relationship with, because it's just so people aren't their real selves initially.
People play
when
a
they're
lot.
yeah, like she said, niggas be playing.
Girls
They do.
Sometimes too,
don't
though,
be
like
playing.
as far as posting the good moments, like everybody don't like their business out there.
Oh my God, you took the
So
word.
me and my girl could be going through hell. That don't mean that you need to know, because if a nigga start playing crazy now, you know it's gonna get a little bit worse in the situation.
Yeah,
So it's like,
people can't wait till you go.
yeah, like don't,
wait.
because sometimes when you put it like niggas be praying on your downfall.
Facts.
So
They've been waiting.
if
for
you
10+
start
years.
showing like me when I was single, I could pay attention and tell when a girl wasn't happy.
Yeah.
That's a
some people post
Yeah.
it too, like it'd be so obvious when you going.
But that's part of being authentic, right? So what do we want?
Well, you want them to be
No,
authentic.
it's
but
a difference between being authentic
posting
and knowing
bitter
how to
stuff
regulate your
all the time.
emotions.
Yeah.
And like,
But authenticity, a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to regulate their emotions.
nah, you're right. You're right. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being authentic. I just think with being authentic, it comes a point in regulating your emotion, because when you're being authentic, sometimes you could be authentic, but at the same time, when it becomes repetitive, it's like, all right, when you gonna learn from that too? Like, you constantly on there, yeah. Dang, every month you did it. Like, come on, bro. Like, all right, is it? Because sometimes I feel like that authentic just be a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
It
a
ain't
cry,
really authentic.
A
It's
cry
a
for
cry
help.
for attention.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an
a cry for
attention.
help.
I agree with that
What's
too.
the next question?
Hold on, let me see.
Before we get out of here. Let me make sure.
So one of the questions that I was going to ask, are celebrity breakups and drama normalizing toxic relationships? And do we feel like celebrity relationships, have they like made people want to be more transactional, to kind of go back to the topic as well?
I would
Yes
say
and yes.
I would say yes, but some, like with celebrity relationships, to me it's so hard because a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are contracted based off of just little stuff. Sometimes it's just a lot of fakeness around a celebrity relationship, because it's like you got these managers and these managers like, oh, y'all need to date before A, B, C, and D, so things can look good for certain stuff or whatever. So to me, like when it comes to celebrity relationships, it's really hard to figure out like what's real, what's authentic. And I will say there is a difference between celebrity relationships and like influencer relationships, because like there's popular influencers that may consider themselves celebrities, but they're not. But they are popular influencers, and I think a lot of them may be, well, sometimes they can be real, sometimes they can be fake, but I don't understand why somebody would care enough if they were fake. So that's the only reason why I would say it could be real. But I feel like with celebrities, it's like, unless I see you getting married, having kids, really
And
like,
even then, that's just why you shouldn't look up to them.
Yeah, I
do your own thing.
Right.
yeah, it's something about it that just seems so fake. And I guess you just got to be real careful with the relationships that you do tend to look at and idolize, because it's not real. And of course, like they're gonna try to make it look as real as possible, but it just be a whole bunch of fake stuff.
Honestly, I don't idolize no relationship.
I was about to say just
Good
to.
example.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say a good example to me, probably an unpopular opinion, would be like Will and Jada. They've been
thought you-
married for so long, and
Right.
their relationship has been working for them. But as soon as they chose to be transparent about it, people acted as if it was a new thing. Oh, Will shouldn't do this. Jada fucked up. Will fucked up. It's been working for them the whole time, and that's why they one of the longest celebrity couples still together to this day, because that works for them.
They've been able to transition through the different changes of
Phases.
themselves
Yeah.
individually
Facts.
and their relationship.
And then, but
Parenting,
soon as they chose to have a red table talk and be authentic and put their shit on forefront for people to see,
And the entanglement.
they still good. But people have so many opinions about it. You know what I'm saying? But it just works. So that's just an opinion. Probably an unpopular opinion, but an example as to like how you need to, if you're gonna be public with your relationship, be conscious of like other people are gonna have something to say, whether it's good or bad.
Gotta have a
So
strong
You gotta
foundation.
have a strong foundation and like stay true to what you guys know work for you.
What you about to say, T?
I was just gonna try to piggyback off what you said for a second. You was talking about how a lot of the celebrity relationships be fake, and I was just thinking. I mean, me personally, I think that like a lot of times, because the question was like about do we look at it and like does it affect like relationships as
Idolizing.
toxic
if I'm not
or
mistaken.
Our celebrity
You gotta be on point.
Are celebrity breakups and drama normalizing toxic relationships?
Yeah, all right, so boom, yeah. So like Asia was saying, like most of the relationships be fake. And really like how I was saying earlier, I think like social media and like all of it in general is for entertainment. Like the celebrities, the social media, like media in itself is just to entertain. So it's like whenever we posting something, it's to be seen. Like we be posting it to be viewed for the viewers, for the engagement, for the interaction. So it's like everything is for entertainment. So it's like when we look at these things, I feel like a lot of times people put so much into like what they see on social media, what they see the celebrities do, what they see, and like they try to like not even try to, but I feel like they put so much energy and attention to it that it like goes into their psyche, like how they want their life to be and shit. But like it's all entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Like real life, I don't know. I just feel like
And I
when
think
you
that's
live enough
why
real life, the shit
the
be like.
celebrities and I guess social media influence whatever, they know that. They know you're going to like the more that they can sell you, whether it's good, bad, drama, toxic, whatever, that you're gonna click on the link in their bio to buy this or
Everybody's selling something like
whatever their
exactly
television show on Zeus or what like you're gonna tune in.
right, and it's yeah.
I was just gonna say something to put it back to the original, you know, materialism versus genuine connection. They definitely influence that part of toxic relationships because once they do all that breaking up and stuff, I've seen a lot of people do the same. Like, oh, I'm breaking up. Like the whole breakup, blah, da da da. I think that's become popular because of like what people do on social. Is someone calling in?
No.
But
Technical
I think that's
do
a
have-
part of the
not to cut you
toxic
off.
stuff that's translated to, you know, the regular people.
Does anybody else have anything to say before I ask this last
I
question?
think that a lot of people consume that as reality and they shouldn't. Like you're
100%.
hindering your psyche for real. Like please tap back into reality. I think it's getting harder and harder as time goes on. Yeah.
Because we are so tapped into social media and people look up the social media, people have these facades on social media. Do we feel like we're losing sight of genuine connections?
Yes.
I think so. I don't think all. I think if you don't let social media influence you, then no, you may not be. But I think in dating, it's so hard to like gauge whether somebody is genuine or not. Like Bode said earlier, people not truly themselves. You got to give people time for their real self to show. And a lot of people, we didn't really touch on this too much, but guys, a lot of y'all like lead with money. And even when a girl is not really trying to like maybe not be impressed with how much money you got, it's like they lead with it and they could possibly be genuine, but at some point it may be like you kind of confused. So some people, I think, need to be more cautious with how they present themselves because it can cause confusion on what you are there for.
So, quick question with the genuine connections. I remember you said you don't really care to like follow your person, but how long could y'all talk to somebody before y'all trying to find their social media or just see their social media life? Or could y'all just go without?
I think I
Depends
can
on the person.
genuinely talk to somebody without like seeing their social media. I think though when you start getting thoughts in your mind, like curiosity of other things, like maybe they're not being transparent with you about something, is when you really get engrossed in like, what can I find out about this person? Like if you were to Google them and see if they had like a criminal record or something, like it kind of gets into that. I mean, for me personally, I think that would be the only time, not the only time, because I mean, social media is a part of our life, right? But I'm saying like I could do it, but I can see myself getting like, if I get in my head about something, now I want to research and look into like what's going on. Yeah.
It depends on the person to me because I could kind of tell based on the person you are if you into social media like that. If I'm like, you probably only post sports or whatever like that. It's just like certain type of guys I could tell. Then there's certain type of guys where I know you probably toxic as hell on social media or you post stuff or you comment on stuff and then it's like I'm curious to see because I feel like maybe what you presenting is a front.
Also, to the question about are we losing genuine connections? I feel like a lot of times, social media influence how we interact with people. Like, you see somebody with 100K followers, or some people may see somebody with 100K followers, they treat them different compared to somebody with 1,000 followers.
Oh yeah.
And it just, like the person with 100K followers could be being themselves, but because you look at them in a different light because they got 100K, it's like,
You put them on like a pedestal.
Yeah.
Like they're of more importance or significance for some reason because they have 100K
and I feel like that goes on a lot in today's time.
You feel like so you feel like a person with a lot of followers, those people don't get a chance to connect genuinely with people? Is that what you saying?
Not necessarily that they don't get a chance to connect genuinely, but I feel like people's approach to
Don't
them.
approach them genuinely.
Yeah, like honestly, I had a conversation like that not too long ago. Like one of my homeboys was like, "Yeah, I feel like in this time, like it's Chris, but outside it's Dave." And he was like, "But you know what's crazy? I may just not approach you the same when you out." And I said, I feel like that's more so what it is. Because me personally, I feel like I'm the same around there.
Regardless.
Right. Like,
But
I don't
people
ever
look at you
switch.
differently.
But the people that's known me from the beginning, like, you know Christopher. But now when you see me as Chef Dave, like, you look at, like, now you just see me as Chef Dave.
Yeah.
So when you see me out as Chef Dave, you just, that's the approach you giving me. Like, oh, Dave. Like, you kind of chill when you can be that same person. It's just, you look at how everybody else look at me, so it changes how you interact with me at a certain moment. So.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, that's crazy. Go ahead, Asia. I feel like I'm talking too much.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, like, as far as like me and my relationship, like, he doesn't do anything on social media. Like, it's really nothing to question, because when I say nothing, like, might be like a couple rails or something. Like, that's literally it. So it's like, me personally, I don't feel like I have much to worry about when it comes to social media, like, at all. So it's hard.
So-
But you've known differently, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Feel the same.
But you've known differently.
I don't post as much either, but I do have like pictures on my page, and I might post on my story and stuff like that. But he don't even have
pictures
that.
on
No,
his
he doesn't
page.
have.
So
Nobody would know that was him unless like you know.
Does he have any highlights?
No, there's
So it's
nothing.
what's his
there's-
profile picture?
He has one, but he don't use that shit.
So, okay, so he doesn't use it, so that's something that you don't have to worry about. But say he became
He wouldn't.
active on, no, I'm just saying though.
Let's not
And
say, because
like
in reality,
you have this man that is like that, but I'm sure you dealt with somebody before.
Yeah,
that was- So
absolutely.
what I'm saying is like right now he's not active, but say he does become active on social media, how engaged will you become with his social media?
Not too engaged, because I like to.
I find it hard to believe. With you sipping tea, I find that hard.
No, listen, I do sip tea a lot, but what I will say,
entertainment.
I will say that I'm a person that doesn't go looking for something. I allow it to fall in my lap. So if there's something for me to know, I'm going to know regardless. And if I'm not supposed to know or something, then I'm not supposed to know. But I will say, like, whatever's done in the dark comes to the light. I so heartedly, like, definitely believe that, because at the end of the day, like, if I'm really supposed to know, I'm going to find out one way or another. And that's happened too many times. Like, sometimes information is just given. It's flat in your face. Somebody's going to call you, text you, did you see this? No, I didn't see it, but thanks. Like, now I see it. But before, like, I don't necessarily go looking for it. Like, now, like, other people's stuff, yeah, I'm in there. Like, I'm definitely looking to see what's going on. But, like, with, like, anybody that I'm dealing with, I do not go searching for anything specific. It will literally fall in my lap.
And that
No,
probably
I'm-
gives you
I'm like
peace
that.
of mind to be with somebody like that. Like, it's just like
Yeah,
not
for
even
sure.
a thing. Like, I feel like more men should be like that. Like, why? I feel like if you don't have a brand, a business, why are you on social media? So
Man,
as
that's
a
crazy.
man, you should be working, fixing something. No, but I just feel like men.
men can't be on
Let's
social
just be
media?
honest. Men are different. They can be. Like, you got some rest time. You want to look at Sports Center.
Are you talking about like
sports
posting
pages
himself?
on-
I'm talking about the men that be on there like Justin LaVoy. But I mean, he has a brand off of that now, right? So that makes sense. But niggas that don't.
It's like
Be
in
at work.
commenting on everything.
Be at
They
work,
really got a social
commenting
media presence.
in the DMs.
I mean, but honestly
go
though,
find some business
Scrolling.
man. Don't you got somebody to protect
honestly
and
though,
provide
like
for? I don't know.
I hear what you're saying, but you also have to realize, like, in the day and time that we're in, bro, social media is how majority of people communicate with the masses.
Get
We're not-
outside,
problem.
touch some grass, go see
And
Chef Dave.
I'm
get
not
a
saying
plate.
that. I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that's how, like,
Social
me
media
personally.
I was just about to say social media how like a lot of niggas get their hoes though.
Exactly.
And that's why they
That's
don't
what I'm
have a
saying.
But you might not run into him at the store.
Right? It ain't no shit at the store, man.
Go outside. Go run.
Do
You might
guys
run
feel
into
more
a bitch
confident
if you
to
go
shoot their
outside and
shot
work
on
out.
social media versus in person?
What? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Do guys feel more confident to
I
shoot
mean,
their shot
I
on
can't say
social
all.
media?
For the
I
masses,
can't say
yes.
all guys,
Really?
but like,
Yeah, for most men,
They
I
don't
think.
have
I mean,
to
not
get
all, but I
embarrassed in
think
their
like
face.
it's.
Okay.
You know, men here know.
and you can be who you want on
80% of the
social
time.
media. Like in
Yeah.
person, you just gotta be who you is. Yeah, you know what I'm
You-
saying?
it-
Like,
Girls
for-
can see through that.
Some men, cause some men, he may,
yeah, sometimes, man.
he may be able to send a message that he may not say in person. Like in person, he may not come up to you like, "Dang girl, you looking really good tonight," and I,
I saw a post like, well,
what
it's
day?
certain things that I miss about like the old school, because old school men would do that, or like old
Yeah.
school men.
But we not
would
in that
approach
time.
on aisle 3. And one thing, this is neither here nor
So you
there,
saying
but-
you don't think men approaching in that grocery store no more?
No,
Some
that's
men
why.
do,
they-
It's
'cause
still-
I get
it's still
approached
some
in the
welcome
grocery store.
downs out here
There
now.
are
You
still
feel
some
me?
Somebody
welcome
say you just gotta be the
downs.
one.
They
Like,
need to go
But
outside.
I prefer to see and meet than social.
I mean, I think
And
a
guys
lot of
look better
I think a
in
lot of
person.
women would.
Guys look better.
Yeah, y'all not photogenic.
Y'all really not. So sometimes there's been people that have sent me a message. I'm like, no, because they pictured it and I seen them. I'm like, oh wow.
Nah,
They
go
look- they
ahead.
look a
Go
lot
ahead.
better.
You ain't look. Go ahead. You
Oh,
ain't.
now.
I really don't know.
But
how
they
to
just
take
need
pictures.
y'all need to know that.
But
Y'all-
don't you think, as men, I'm gonna ask you really quick, like it would be, I don't know, when you're dating somebody, isn't it better when like you just run into that person or meet them in person versus you meeting them on social media and then having to take them out?
feel like that. I mean, I get what y'all saying, but it's not like I'm just searching. To be clear, I'm in a relationship. It's not.
Me too.
It's not like I'm just online searching. Like, oh, let me see who I can DM, I can slide in. Like that's it. It's just natural. Like it comes. You see a shorty, she posts on her story. Yeah, do.
Okay.
Like responding to the story, but men will still approach you in person too. Like some of these girls that you see online, you may not see. Like you're not running into everybody.
And
So
that's what I'm
sometimes,
saying. That's why I just told y'all PSA. Men, get outside, go run, get your body
bro,
right.
you can get
might
outside.
run
Like
into a
it's
bitch,
it's
run
some
club,
it's
biking,
ride
bro.
your bikes.
It's some men that literally
some
be
shit.
outside, but it's a girl that you may see on social media that you don't ever run into. Like I want her, but I don't see
And
her.
that's fine.
Where
I
does she
mean,
be
but
at?
I'm saying if y'all get out a little bit more, I think like there'll be some more genuine connection. Because I feel like y'all come off a little disingenuous in social media, like DMs and stuff.
How is that?
Agree.
How is that?
We don't have time to get into that.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
not
we should do
fun.
that in another episode.
I get what they saying. Like we do be kind of bad at the DMs.
Yeah, I'm just I was just looking more so.
It's just
like,
because it's the DMs though. Like it go down in there.
it do. Like you said, like a man could say some things he may not say in person, but like I was saying, when you're outside, like granted you do run into some people, but it's a lot of situations where you might not. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. If you real though, you gonna say some of that shit you be saying to be like I be saying.
Nah, fact. That's what I'm saying. Like some men be on that. It's just the DM. Like a dude to be staring at a girl all night, then he get home. Was that you? I saw.
Was that you I saw in
Yeah,
the
shit like that.
club?
What is that? What is that?
So
Is that?
do we have
There
any
wasn't-
callers before we get out of here tonight? Would somebody like to?
There was a question on there. I had went out of it.
People have been talking. I mean, I've been talking back, but
He said,
Why do your
something
relationship got to be on social media?
"Yeah."
Yeah.
Anybody want to jump in and answer that before we?
That's a real nigga question. Why do your
Why
relationship?
does your relationship have to be on social?
Women
I don't
just
think
like
that it has to.
attention,
Like
bruh.
to what you were saying earlier, you was like when it's a conversation needs to be had before y'all start posting. I don't think a conversation need to be had. Like follow your heart. If that's what you want to do, that's what you do.
Just respect your partner.
Yeah.
Relationship.
But what if you post your partner and like the person you're dealing with, and she's like, "Why did
you do that?
Why did
Right.
you do
yeah. And the next thing you know, what if you get like a slur of DMs? Oh, I didn't realize you messed with such and such. He was just with my homegirl. Like,
But at the
that's a
same
conversation
time,
we
like
should
that.
have.
That's
Yeah,
just your
that's-
partner.
That's literally all that happens. every
Or
time.
if you post your partner and they say, "Why did you post me?" Stuff like now it's like, do you got something to hide? What's going on? But
But people can't just be private though. Like people can't just not one day like
nah,
it.
facts.
Yes,
Nah,
but a
facts.
secret is like there's a kind of a borderline difference there, and that's where I think like if you are genuinely a person that uses and posts on social media, like myself, I use social media to socialize, right? So I'm gonna post my real life. Like that would be disingenuous if I didn't post my significant other.
But I'm saying though, like, what if your man is a private person? Like, what if his
Okay,
business
Now, if
or
he
his
didn't
like?
care for it, then that's different.
But like,
But I also feel like is a reason, because you can be private. Don't post our private details. Maybe where we are at the time that we are there and stuff like that, because he wanted to protect whatever his reasoning. But to not be posted at all.
It's like, why you
no
posting
reason
me though? Like,
behind
why
it.
is you posting me though?
Precedent has been set that there's a reason behind that. I'm gonna just say.
I just feel like women be coming at it from such like a just a shallow
No,
place,
y'all
bro.
are
Like,
disingenuous.
why is you?
Don't switch that on us.
No, because listen. If you cherish something, like if you had $1 million, you wouldn't post it because you wouldn't want nobody.
Some people would, but I
But
wouldn't.
that's silly though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you cherish something, you keep
But
it close to
because
your
of
heart.
social
$1
media,
million is
it's
not
like,
your relationship.
but-
It's not your significant other.
I'm just
But
saying.
because
for
of social
example,
media,
it's
sometimes
like,
people
why,
feel like they need to post stuff.
why
Like
you post something that's like, I just don't get why everything that's important to you gotta be like public information.
it doesn't.
Correct.
You're
That's
right. It doesn't.
that's
But
oftentimes how
not
stuff
every-
get
niggas will
like.
post if they have a girl best friend or a girl sis and it's their birthday, they gonna say happy birthday sis, happy birthday. Da-da-da-da-da.
Maybe.
But when-
Nigga
but
nigga
they
said,
won't
I ain't
say it to
posting
their
my girl
They not
even if
gonna-
she missing.
like.
I'm just saying, if you a real like, I ain't gonna lie, if you a real P for real, you're not supposed to post no girl like.
I've heard the opposite.
Yeah, nah.
You supposed to post all your girls with her.
Why is it all your girls?
Sometimes
She just
posting
said
that
you
girl
heard
be
the
making
opposite.
it
If it's
better.
all your girls,
And that's
of
why
course
I'm
you
not
don't want to
listening
post.
to what T's saying, because there's nothing genuine about that.
How?
When you are dealing with somebody
You
every
just
day,
said all your girls.
and you
She
are
said the
somebody who
opposite.
uses social media to socialize, right? You are going. Something is going to happen. She's in the background, whatever. Like you're doing. At some point, you're going to post that. Like you're not going to post
Not if
your
you don't post
shoes and
everything.
your
Oh my
food
God, T.
and your kid or whatever. They're not your girl. Like it's just not.
I
not
mean, yeah,
if you are a social
if you
media
post
user.
your whole life, then yeah, you'll probably post your girl too. But that's also why everybody all in your business. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
because you posted your whole life.
Well, while we've had a great discussion and conversation tonight, we appreciate everybody that has called in tonight. Let's give a round of applause for our callers. This is something that I have really been excited about. So to see it actually happen, I really loved and enjoyed it. We, like I said, appreciate everybody that called in. We hope to have more callers going forward. We appreciate all the comments that you guys have been putting on there. We will definitely be back soon. If you have any topics that you would like us to talk about, please feel free to DM us. If you have any three-way situations that you want us to eventually get on, please let us know. If you have any tea that you want to, we're sipping tea, that you want to hear us talk about, let us know. Any closing comments anybody want to say? T, we appreciate you pulling up tonight, man.
Finally.
He is a
Shout
part
out.
of the crew, you know.
He be out here making money, y'all.
Allegedly.
I don't be making allegedly. I don't be making no money. Don't listen to her.
Okay, before we go, I do want to say our first episode of season 2 is on YouTube, so y'all can head
Another
over
round of applause.
to
We're going
the
to clap for
link.
everything. We celebrate everything around here. Life is good. God is good.
Wanted to drop that and surprise y'all with that. So head on over to the link in our bio, click that, subscribe if you have not, and watch our first episode and enjoy that.
And we're going to let Asia close us out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Come on, mother.
Way to catch me off guard. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will see y'all next time.